Yo, what is good YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 centers in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and help me push towards the 7,000 subscriber mark on the channel. We're getting super close to that mark. I'd love to hit it within the next week or so. So if you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe for daily MyTEAM content. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and start off with number 10. And at number 10 is DeMarcus Cousins, who's kind of a little bit of a jack of all trades center, I'd say, in a lot of ways, in that he can shoot the ball a little bit. He's not horridly unathletic, although 61 speed, 60 excel is not great. He doesn't have elite size at only 6'10", but he's got a couple all-around badges. Unfortunately, not a lot of gold badges, only one gold badge, and not very complete on the badge front, which is a tiny bit annoying. And I also don't love his release. Release is pretty mediocre, I would say, at best. He just doesn't quite give me what I need out of a truly athletic center to be like a stretch center who's an athlete and not a great interior defender. And he's not a great interior, so he's not that great interior center either. Kind of a jack of all trades center to a certain extent, but also not really great at any specific trade. And I think that does hold him back enough that for me personally, he doesn't make it any higher than number 10 on this list. Coming in at number 9, we got Tyson Chandler, who came out 2 days ago from when y'all are seeing this video, and I think Tyson is really, really good as an interior, really underrated card. 7'1" with a 7'3" wingspan is super, super nice. 69 speed and excel is actually not bad, especially for a 7'1" player, which is super nice, and he is an elite interior guy. Not going to be an amazing offensive card by any means, can't shoot the ball, but on the interior, especially defensively, he's going to be really, really nice with Hoff Anchor, several good gold and silver interior badges as well, and same thing on the offensive end. At 7'1", he's got great size, and he's going to be a really good masher and dunker and things like that. That's about all he does for you on the court, is interior defense and interior offense, as well as just having really good size, which helps him out as a rebounder, but he's good enough at those things that he definitely cracks the list and comes in at number 9. At number 8, we got Ben Wallace. What Ben Wallace has going for him is that he is another interior center like a lot of the guys on this list, but he's super fast, which is super nice. 83 speed and excel is phenomenal. Definitely a big fan of that. And defensively, he is a monster, one of the best defensive cards in the game. The problem is that only 6'9", he is a bit undersized. That's a number 1 issue, and obviously can't shoot the ball at all either. So his lack of size hurts him a bit on the interior despite the amazing badges, but his speed really does help make up for it and is super, super nice. Unfortunately, the lack of shooting ability is a bit of a killer, I think personally, especially comboed with the fact that he is a little undersized, but I still think he's a solid card, and his speed is a super nice attribute for sure that he does have that definitely makes the card perform better on the court, and I think helps him out a lot and puts him at number 8. At number 7, I am going with Pau Gasol, who kind of is that similar type of card to DeMarcus Cousins, where he's kind of that jack of all trades center. I just think he does a few things better than DeMarcus for me personally. Number 1, he's got a few more badges. 1 Hall of Fame is Post Technician, which is a good interior badge. He's a little faster and he's a better interior defender than DeMarcus. Also is 2 inches taller than DeMarcus, which is another nice thing. And he shoots the 3 at a little bit higher level. They have similar releases. Neither of their releases are elite, but he's got a few better shooting badges in addition to a higher 3-point shot rating, which is nice. And I feel like he plays defense at a slightly higher level, in addition to having Hall of Fame post technician, which really helps him out on that interior in terms of his post game offensively. That coupled with his extra size and the tiny bit extra speed that he has as well, he's just a really, really nice card at the center position. And Pau is one of my favorite budget centers, maybe my favorite budget center in the game right now, coming in at number 7. At number 6, we got Joakim Noah, who's another one of those really, really good interior bigs. Not a truly elite card by any means, but he's definitely still very, very solid. You're going to see this card in a lot of squads, especially since he is free. Coming in at 6'11" with a 7'1" wingspan. Another guy who doesn't have great speed. 67 speed and excel isn't amazing, but he's got elite all-around defense, just like Ben Wallace, in a guy who is more size than Ben Wallace, and also can shoot the mid-range. 79 shot mid is good enough, especially since his release is actually pretty decent. He can knock down the mid-range, which just stretches out his range a little bit and makes him a little bit more viable. Also not that bad of a playmaker, especially for a center. Having 80 pass accuracy means his passes move quicker, which is nice because pass accuracy kind of serves as that bullet passer type badge that we had last year. So he's a D guy, acceptable enough speed. He's a really good interior defender, still solid interior offense, can shoot the mid-range a little bit, and is a better playmaker than a lot of the centers we've seen so far on this list. Just a card that I'm pretty high on, especially since he is free for 350 player cards in the collector rewards. Coming in at number 6, definitely not a bad card whatsoever. At number 5, we got the best pure interior center in the game, and that is going to be Dikembe Mutombo. Dikembe is dominant on the interior. While he may not give you a ton more, at 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan, in addition to 10 Hall of Fame badges, which are all defensive, he is the best defensive center in the game, especially on the interior. And 63 lateral, 63 perimeter isn't amazing, as well as the fact that he is pretty darn slow with 56 speed and excel, but he's 7'2", and that makes it much, much better. And the fact of the matter is, even though he can't shoot a mid-range, he can't shoot a 3-pointer whatsoever, his size is so valuable in terms of rebounding, mashing, and then all-around defense, especially on the interior. He's the best interior big in the game, especially coming with all these amazing defensive Hall of Fames. And I think Dikembe Mutombo is honestly a really good card. Did gameplay with this card yesterday, so y'all can check that out on the channel if y'all want to. But Dikembe, Big fan of the card, and he comes in at number 5. At number 4, we start to get to the guys that I really like a lot. And at number 4, we have Paulo Banchero. I'm a big fan of Paulo at that center position. I just think the thing about him is, even though he is only 6'10 with a 7-foot wingspan, he's got a nice player build, which helps him out a lot. And then he's got the speed, 80 speed and excel, in addition to a guy who can knock down a 3-pointer, has a couple good shooting badges, dunks the ball at a super high level, and while not a great interior defender, has a few good badges like Pogo Stick, Gold Brick Wall, Gold Chase Down, and Gold Rebound Chaser, as well as that Silver Box Out Beast, that allow him to at least compete on the defensive end of the court. And I think that helps this card out a ton. Really am a big fan of what he can do for you on the court, especially as being that stretch big with some athleticism who can slash through him at a high level and honestly plays the defense better than his stats and badges would tell you he does. Paulo is currently my backup center, and I'm a massive fan of this card, having a ton of success with him on the squad. At number 3, I'm going with Arvydas Sabonis, and Arvydas is kind of another one of those giant master interior bigs, but the thing about Arvydas, at 7'3 with a 7'6 wingspan, he can also shoot the 3. Now, obviously, this does couple with him being incredibly slow. 46 speed, 46 excel is pretty horrendous, but he is a very solid interior defender with good interior defense and really good block. Hall of Fame brick wall is a great badge, got a few playmaking badges, 88 pass accuracy is really good, and he's a knockdown shooter with a pretty solid release, in addition to Hoff drop step or Hoff rise up, helping him out on that interior a lot. Arvydas just gives you another one of those interior bigs who's going to be an elite rebounder and an elite masher, but in addition with this ability to stretch the floor, which I think is super valuable. And even though he is much slower than a lot of the other interior bigs on this list, like Dikembe, like Joakim, like Tyson Chandler, and Ben Walls, I think he does enough offensively, especially with being able to stretch the floor, that it kind of makes up for it and puts him at number 3 on the list. And at number 2 is a very similar card, and that is going to be Zydrunas Ilgauskas, another guy who is a trophy case pink diamond, very similarly to Arvydas, has elite size, coming in at 7'3 with that same 7'6 wingspan, and again 10 Hall of Fame badges. But what I like about Zydrunas instead of Arvydas is the fact that he because of a couple more good interior badges. Anchor and Box Out Beast are going to help him a lot. Number 1 as a rebounder, and then as a defender with that anchor badge. Helps him out a little bit more on the interior defensively. He's got a couple more finishing badges as well with Hall of Fame Dream Shake, Hall of Fame Post Ignition, which help him out on the offensive end. And then another guy who can shoot the 3 at a high level. And also, this release is really good. Kent Bazemore base, Garrison Matthews upper is a very solid release. It's quick, it's easy to green. It's one of the best releases in the game, and having that on a big man who can stretch the floor and also at 7'3 is an elite masher and interior guy is just so nice. Again, doesn't have great speed, doesn't have any sort of perimeter defensive ability, but with his size, it really does help make up for it. And he is still a very good card in my team. Definitely a card that I'm a big fan of at the center position. But coming in at number 1, we got Blake Griffin. I think Blake is the best center in my team right now. I just love the combination of speed, athleticism, and honestly defense. I know, again, he's very similarly to Paulo, does not have elite defensive stats whatsoever, but he plays defense much better than you would think, coming in with Hall of Fame Pogo Stick, a bunch of gold defensive badges, even some solid silver and bronze, which you can upgrade his post lockdown, which is nice, can give him pick dodger, upgrade his interceptor, and he's a really good shooter. Great off the catch and shoot, really good release, got a good 3-point rating, has great speed, and obviously is an elite interior guy, coming with great dunking animations, Hall of Fame limitless takeoff and post rush, as well as that Hall of Fame bully. Hall of Fame bully is a really good badge, helps you finish around the rim much better, and helps him to be that dominant inside guy. I know he's only 6'10", very similarly to Paulo, but he just plays so well, even defensively. He doesn't really get exploited very much whatsoever, and I think he is such a good card in my team. Definitely a top tier center in the game, and I think he's the best center in the game for the way that I personally play in my play style right now in my team. So this is my ranking of the top 10 centers in the game right now. Let me know what you think about my list in the comment section down below, as well as if you think I ranked anybody too high, too low, or anything like that. Feel free to let me know about all that in the comments. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.